What would happen if our indigenous people were lost for good? How would this affect our planet? Good afternoon. My name is Carlo Gonzalez, and I want to talk about something that affects not only certain communities, but all of us: the survival of indigenous people. For centuries, these communities have lived in harmony with nature, protecting the land and keeping traditions alive. But their survival is under a very serious threat. We are losing their cultures, their knowledge, and their ways of life. And this is not a new problem. It's been happening for hundreds of years. But now we have the chance to change things and help them survive. So why does this matter? Because when we protect indigenous people, we protect our planet and our shared future. The struggles of indigenous people go back a long time. History shows us that during the colonial period, millions of indigenous people in the Americas died due to diseases, forced labor, and some violence. In fact, many historians say that the complete population were wiped out during those years. Today, I have things to fully prove. Indigenous people face serious problems. They make up only 5% of the world's population, and 15 of that are all in poverty. They are forced to leave their lands, lose their languages, and live without basic rights. This is not just unfair, it's a loss for everyone. These communities carry rich traditions, stories, and wisdom. They're disappearing along with them. Indigenous people have a special connection to Earth. They understand how to live in balance with nature. They know how to grow food without harming the soil, how to take care of forests, and how to use plants for medicine. The United Nations recently said that indigenous knowledge is key to solving big problems like climate change. But here's the paradox: while they know how to take care of nature, they are often the ones that are most hurt by environmental crisis. Why is that? Because they are often pushed to the margins of society. Instead of being included in conversations about climate solutions, they are left completely out. Their lands are taken for factories, farms, or even mining, and they are rarely given a say in what happens. If we lose their knowledge, we lose a powerful tool to protect our planet. Some people might even say, why should we focus on indigenous people? There are way bigger problems in this earth to solve. Yeah, but this thinking is wrong. Protecting indigenous people actually helps us solve many global problems like deforestation and climate change. Studies show that forests managed by indigenous people are often better protected than those that are run by governments or companies. Others might argue that indigenous communities should join modern society to survive. They say they should leave behind their traditions and adapt, but this is also very wrong. Indigenous people should not have to choose between their culture and their survival. They can live in today's world while keeping their identity and values intact, and they completely deserve to. Now, these issues aren't just about indigenous people. It's about all of us. Their survival means the survival of cultures, languages, and traditions that make our world much richer. Their knowledge can help us fight climate change and live way more sustainably. Imagine a world where forests are healthier, where we learn to live with nature instead of having to fight against it, and where every culture is valued and respected. That's a world we can create by supporting indigenous people, and quite frankly, the world I want to live in. So, what can we do to help? Well, first of all, it's important to learn about indigenous cultures and share their stories, because understanding leads to caring. We should support their rights by pushing for laws that protect their lands, languages, and traditions. Governments and companies need to include indigenous voices when making decisions about land, climate, and the economy. We also need to respect their choices and let them decide on how they want to live and grow, instead of having to force them to change. Every step we take to protect indigenous people helps make the world a better place for everyone. Indigenous people are not just a part of history. They are the key to our future. If we let their cultures disappear, we lose so much more than traditions. We lose valuable knowledge, a deeper understanding of nature, and a piece of what makes humanity so diverse and beautiful. We have the power to help them survive and thrive, and in doing so, we ensure a much better future for not just us, but for everyone. Let's stand together and protect and celebrate the world's indigenous communities. Thank you for listening.